Well, hello there, friends. I'm making one of my favorite recipes of all time today. We're gonna make an onion, bacon, mushroom, and spinach frittata, oven roasted omelette. I'm gonna show you how to make the perfect one. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell. Stay tuned, friends. We're doing it right now together. Well, hello there, friends. I'm redoing this recipe. I did it a couple of years ago, and a lot of you haven't watched it. So I'm redoing because that's a recipe you guys got to do. I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's so simple. A child could do it. Know what I mean, really? And you know what? It's got onion and bacon. You know it's going to be good, right? So look, guys. No kidding. I got the bacon going, right? I got about a half a pound of bacon. Right, and then I'm gonna put some onion in there. I got about a half of a big onion, okay, and I'm gonna saute those two, right, and saute the onion, and then we're gonna saute the potatoes. So I'll talk about the ingredient in a minute. Let me just get this going. You see, I'm doing it in the bacon fat. Now, for those of you that don't use bacon, just put a little bit of olive oil, and you'll be perfectly fine. There'll be nothing wrong with it, okay? I'm going to show you how to cook the perfect frittata, okay? Because there's so many recipes out there where they burn oh, mamma mia. I'm telling you, watch, because I promise you, you're going to love what I'm going to do for you, friends. So we're going to keep an eye on that so they don't burn too much. We just want to caramelize them a little bit. Then we're going to put some mushroom in there. And we're going to saute the mushroom and get rid of the water, okay? And then we're going to add some potatoes. And the potatoes, friends, what I did is I peeled them, yeah, we cut them in little dice, and then I wash them really good, and then I dry them in, I put like a bar towel. It's the easiest way to do it. Go to the bathroom and get a clean towel, put them on there and dry them so they dry. It's the easiest way to do it. Paper towel is a big waste, you know. Get a bar towel, and you'll see it works wonderful. That's what I do. And then they don't oxidize. That's why you got to put them in water first, right? I got broccoli. You don't have to have broccoli. Last night I had broccoli for dinner. I got some extra. I said, you know what? I'm making frittata tomorrow. Let me save a couple of them. So remember, you got to poach them first. Everything you put in the frittata, friends, your frittata is an oven roasted omelette. Eh? Everything you put in the frittata has to be cooked in advance because the only thing we're going to cook when we go to the oven is the egg. When the egg are cooked, boom, we out of there, okay? Now, the egg needs a very low temperature to cook. See, 145, the egg solidify. 140, 145, solidify. Well, so if we put a raw vegetables in there, that requires 200 degrees to cook, so it'll never cook. Your eggs will be overcooked, and your vegetables won't be cooked, so you got to cook them. The only thing you can do is you put mushroom, you saute them in there. That's what we're going to do. A little bit of spinach, saute them in there with the potatoes. Everything is great, okay? So salt and pepper. I don't want to forget to tell you things, because sometimes I forget to tell you. A little pepper, you know, I like to use the coarse black pepper. Use whatever you want, my friends. Oh, cheese. I got a beautiful English cheddar. I love English cheddar. And I got a Parmigiano Reggiano. Beautiful Parmigiano Reggiano. All right, so now I'm going to take a little bit of hot sauce. You don't have to put a hot sauce if you don't have it. Just a little bit. I like it. I put a little bit of kick, you know, no big deal. Nothing fancy, yeah? And we're going to mix all this, friends. And then we're going to add the cheese to it. Okay, so the onion is starting to be nice. You see? Starting to caramelize a little bit. Now, friends, we're going to cook our potatoes. You know what I did? I made a mistake. Again, I always make a mistake. I'm supposed to cook the mushroom in there first to get rid of the water. I forgot it's too late. I can't take them out, huh? Right? Can't take them out. So, but normally what I should have done, live TV, friends, you do the mushroom. No, you do the bacon. Then you do the onion. Then you put the mushroom. Get rid of the water in the mushroom. Right? Get rid of the water in the mushroom, and then you put your potato. Because if you put them right now, you won't get rid of the water. So you know what I'm doing? I'm dirtying another pan, but you won't, because you be smart. You be smarter than me. Sometimes I wonder about myself. I don't know. So I always screw up something. But you know what? I'm having fun. That's what it's all about, friends. There's more salt and pepper in here. Right, we're going to saute those potatoes now. Let me give you a tip, friends. What I like to do, when I cook my potatoes, the first few minutes, I put a cover on it. Otherwise, what happens is they end up turning brown before they even cook. So what I do is I cook them, I steam it like that. They stay more moist, I promise you. They stay a lot more moist like that. And the last 5 minutes, I take the cover out. All right? So we're going to saute them a little bit. All I'm going to do is keep an eye like this, right? Until they're soft and tender. They're starting to get some color, so which I like. But in a minute, they're going to get a lot more. So now what we're going to do, we're going to cook the mushroom separate. I got to do it separately because I didn't do it right. I always make sure my oil is hot. I don't want to put mushrooms in a cold oil. All right? And I'm going to do this. The pan is hot. Not burning hot. Doesn't need to be hot. We're going to put the mushroom. Get rid of the water. Put a little more salt in there. Voila. A little more black pepper. All right, friends, so here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to bore you for a long time. I'm going to cook those potatoes. I'm going to cook the mushrooms. And then we're going to come back. We're going to put the spinach in it. We're going to put the whole thing together. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, friends, look. You see how beautiful the potatoes are? Nice. We got some nice colors. Beautiful, they're cooked, they're tender. The mushrooms, you see, not only do you get rid of the water, which changes the texture. A lot of people say, I don't like mushroom, because they don't like it the way it's cooked. You get rid of the water, it changes the texture. They're so much better, I promise you. So you see, look, they're nice. We're going to continue cooking them for a minute, and what we're going to do now, we're going to put a spinach right there on top of the potatoes. I cut them. I ship them at them. Cut them, I roll them up, and I chop them up. And that's all. It's really simple. We're going to let that cook just for a second while we mix our, we're going to put a cover on that. It might help a little bit with the spinach, cook it a little faster. And the mushroom, look at that. See, they're gorgeous. We're going to add them. See, that's what I want. See right there, that caramelization right there? The flavor is amazing, I promise you. I promise you. So look, what we're going to do here, we're going to put a little garlic. This is so simple to make. Oh, 14 eggs. I got an 11-inch fry pan that I'm going to pop in the oven. I got 14 eggs. You see, this is a kind of a thing you make on a Sunday, and then every day for lunch you take a piece. I'm telling you, it's wonderful. You can eat it with a salad, you can eat it cold, you can eat it warm, you can eat it however you want it. I got the hot sauce. I'm going to break the egg. I'm telling you, Charlotte could do this. You don't have one of those? Do it with a whisk. Don't worry. I don't mind pumping a little air into it, a little bit. If you pump a little air in it, it'll make it nice and fluffy. So don't be afraid to pump a little air in it. Even if you do it with a whisk, it'll be perfectly fine, friends. Pumping a little air. Some of the expressions I come up with sometime, I wonder. Okay, here we go. How are we doing here? Oh, we're doing good. Let me turn the heat off. Down. You see? And then we're going to add the mushroom to this. Right? You know how nice that's going to be? We're going to add this to the egg. We're going to mix the whole thing, friends. Okay? But there's one more secret. I got to give you all the secret, friends. Okay? We're going to put the cheese in there. Cheddar. You use a good cheese, you know. You're only as good as the cheese you put in. Yeah, put it on there. You only have to do it as the cheese you're putting in. You put in good cheese, you're going to make good food. You put in crappy cheese, it's not so good. So a little Parmigiano Reggiano. We're going to save some for the top. We're going to mix all this up. And now, friends, we got to do one thing, though. We got to do one thing. I don't want to put this hot on top of my eggs right now because my eggs are going to cook non-evenly if I do that. So here's what I do. I'm going to do it with you, so don't worry. We're going to take this, we're going to put it on a cookie sheet, we're going to let it cool a little bit. You know, if you have 30 minutes, give it 30 minutes. If you don't, then put it in. Put it in. But I promise you, it's the egg cooked perfectly well from beginning to end because I'm going to show you another trick. When we come back, I'm going to show you another trick. I'm going to put this on a cookie sheet. I'm going to let it cool a little while, and then we'll add it all in there with the broccoli. And then I'm going to show you my secret and how to put it in a pan where it cooks to perfection. So I'll be back in a few minutes when this is cold, okay? Okay, friends. You don't have to wait too long, just so they're not, too hot. They're going to cook your eggs, right? So what you see a lot of people do, they do the potato and whatever they're putting in the frittata in here, and then they take the egg and put it in a hot pan and go in the oven. Guess what happened? By the time the middle of your frittata is cooked, it's all burned on the outside. And, you know, like a good omelet, it shouldn't be very brown. Maybe a little golden. A little golden is okay, but not too much, okay? So I got a cold pan. I'm going to put a little bit of the garlic olive oil. I put just whatever good olive oil you have, friends. Okay, I love the garlic olive oil. And I make sure it's all over the place. See, look, all over right there on the side of it. My pan is an oven-proof pan. It can go in the oven up to, I think it's 400 degrees or somewhere around there, which is just enough, 400 or 450. I'm not sure the exact temperature they can go in the oven, but I've been using this pan for years, and it's perfectly fine. Nothing sticks to it. So now we don't want to move the oil anymore. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take our potatoes. They're not burning hot anymore. We're going to mix all that thing. We got everything in there, see? We got everything in there, right? We got our eggs, we got our seasoning, we got our cheese. We got the whole thing. We're going to mix this well because the minute I put it in the pan, I'm not mixing no more. Okay, there's a lot of little tricks that makes the difference. Sometimes, you know, it's all the little thing that makes the difference, you know. And sometimes we don't realize it, but they say, I did everything he told me to do and it didn't come out good. Sometimes that's probably because I forget to tell you things. But it's very important. We want to go to a cold pan, and now we don't touch it no more. See, we mix it here, so we don't mix it in the pan. Okay? And the reason why, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Because there's always a why. And if you know the why, then you remember. It's the whole thing about learning how to cook, is understanding why am I doing this? What's the purpose of it? See, now what you want to do, you want to go like this. You see, look. Don't mix it. Because you see that olive oil I put around here? The olive oil right now stays around. You see, that's the trick, friends. If I mix it, then the olive oil is going to move away from where it belongs. And then I take my broccoli, since there's only a few of them. You know, like I say, you don't have to put the broccoli. I just happen to have them. If you do this, then everybody gets a slice with a broccoli in it. And don't forget, I always use the stems. You see? And now all I got to do is push them in. That's it. Push them in. That's it. Don't mix them. Just push them in. You see? And now I'm going to put this in the oven. And my oven is at 375 degrees, 350, 375, depends if your oven runs hot, do 350. If it runs normal, then do 375. And they're going to take about 30 minutes. It may take a little bit longer. We want to make sure the center of it is not jiggly anymore, then it's all cooked. Now, the beauty is it's all going to cook nice and even. All right, friends? I'm putting this in the oven, and I'll see you in 30 minutes when it comes out of the oven. Okay, friends. 30, 35 minutes, depends. I'll show you. Oh, yes. Very hot, friends. Ooh. Ooh. So now, you see, there's no jiggling in the middle. You don't push too hard. No jiggling. If you have jiggling, then it's not cooked. All right? So now what we're going to do, friends, we're going to put a plate. I'm going to put a towel right there, and I'm going to put a plate right on top of it. The plate has to fit exactly. So you're going to have to figure it out. You know, what plate fits on your fry pan. And what I do is I'm going to take it very tight. It has to be tight. And then we flip it around. We move it just a little bit, because at this point, it's going to come right out. You see, friend? If you have a good fry pan, it's going to come right out. And look at this. Look at this. Voila. Isn't that gorgeous? So you know what I do when it's still hot? I take a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano and just let it melt slightly on it. Just a little bit like that, right? That's it. And then I'm going to let it cool for a second so I don't burn myself. And then I'm going to cut it and I'm going to eat it. I'll be back in a second when it's not so hot. It's beautiful. It's a beauty. Okay, friends. Just waited a few minutes. It's still hot. And you can also sprinkle a bit of fresh parsley on it if you want. You can just leave it alone. It's perfectly fine like that. I'm telling you, cold, hot, this is delicious. Let me cut a piece so you guys can see what it looks like on the inside. And so when it's hot, like I said, you may have to wait a little bit if you want your slice to be really pretty, because when it's too hot like that, cut it nice, make sure you get at the end, right? And then, there you go. Check it out, my friend. Look at this. Look at this. Is this a beauty or is this a beauty? And you see, it's cooked to perfection. So you know what I like to do, friends? I like to serve it with a bell pepper coulis. And you have the recipe right there. Right on the top right there. We're going to put, I just put a little bit right there. Serve with a tomato coulis, you serve it with a bell pepper coulis, you serve it with whatever makes you happy, my friends. And you can serve with an arugula salad. Also delicious, an arugula salad. I promise you, it's going to be delicious. And all you do now is, oh, I got a piece of the broccoli stems right there. Right there, my friends. This. Ho, ho, ho. Aloha. It's hot. It's delicious, light. I love it. Remember, there's a lot of eggs in there, but there's a lot of serving. Put it in the fridge, wrap it up really good. Put it in the fridge. You can have it cold the next day for lunch. It's fabulous. Friends, I made this recipe again because I want to make sure you all see it and you all do it. It's a fabulous recipe. I promise you're going to love it. And you see, this to me is a perfect frittata. Hope you liked it. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to ring that bell. We'll see you soon with another fantastic video. Thanks for watching.